match play, defeated Scott Laurier 214 to 213.
Wow, one pin.
Wow. And unfortunately, Darley ran into a buzzsaw in the next match, 279 to 237, which gave RJ a 5-game series of 11-23, good enough for 4th position.
2-7 to 2-3, knocking out Darley.
Darley never knew what hit her.
You know, Darley actually had a chance to take over the Bowler of the Year points.
Yes.
That was huge over Christine Kato. Ran into RJ Samarno.
But during match play, she knocked out Daryl Jemabar.
Yes, she did.
She shot a 268. Okay, RJ is married to Rochelle, son Kohei, 8 years old. And would like to say thanks to Ryan and Keith at Revs Inc. for all his equipment.
Well, RJ goes high flush on that shot there. Watch this right here.
Oh, something flashed there for a moment.
Okay.
Maybe that's one of his keys, just to get lucky.
You know, it seems like all the finalists say that.
I'm just reading this now, and it seems like they all say get lucky.
I think they're modest. I gotta start changing my tune. I always think try to make good shots.
You know? Quality shots.
Quality shots.
But
I don't
you
know.
get lucky too.
I got lucky, but I too unlucky after that. So kind of evened out a little too quickly.
Okay, well, Jason is employed with Surfco Pacific in the parts department. He is currently averaging 209 and has 6 times on TVs, 2 TV titles. Lifetime high series 782.
Yeah, having a little bit of problem with scoring right here, and we have on-lane statistician Venazumi.
Yes, putting down his fries for a moment to help us.
Watch those greasy fingers.
And you see what we can do when you shoot the ball a little too far left. Jason was getting the same look earlier. You get it out too far, it wouldn't come up. He shoot it in too far, the ball would skate, and he goes right in between, he would carry. So it's real. The conditions today, like I said, were challenging. They put a premium on hitting targets.
And on this TV pair, we've held off some of the plays, so it hasn't really broken down.
Right.
And especially for the left-handers, I think there wasn't a lot of carry down or opening of the heads there, so they're going to see that squirtiness, would you call it?
Yes.
Or wet dry.
Wet dry. There are many terminologies for that kind of condition. But you're going to notice a lot of the left-handers are going to be kind of playing, and even when Mr. Morton comes up, they're all going to be playing kind of the same area, just because that's the only area of the lane that they had to play. And you know, it's interesting that 3 of them made them, which is good. Well, RJ goes inside on that.
Yeah, right up to 10 on that one. Little high, leaves a 6-10.
Okay. RJ is employed at Imperial of Waikiki, currently averaging 207. Lifetime high series 870, 37 times on TV, 5 titles. Looking for that 6th one.
Well, today a lot of incentives for TV. Rad Motorsports offering the free exhaust system for the first 300 game bowled on TV, or if not, the first highest game. And so far it's Keith Odette, 256.
So it's the last 2 days, the last chance.
Today's the last chance to knock off Keith Odette. Need 257 or better. We also have other incentives. Lane number 1 is offering $3,000 if bowler were to shoot 300 game with one of their bowling balls. Columbia, Ebonite, Hammer, and Track. They're offering $500 for 300 game using any one of their balls. And of course, Hawaii TV Bowling is offering $300 if the bowler's wearing their patch. But we still have that pool table. Trifecta is out. No trifecta.
No chance.
Well, someone bowls a 300 today, they still can get the 8-foot slate pool table from Ampro.
Wow.
But nobody in this match.
Unfortunately, no.
Good shot there. Oh, you know, we had that one 300 already, Louis Ortiz.
Louis Ortiz,
It can happen again.
And Louis played the lanes perfect, shooting it right between the first and second arrow. I mean, doesn't hook the ball much, so he can afford to just premium go off the boards and use the friction to the outside of the lane.
He played it awesome.
He did.
Yeah, it
He
was.
just flushed them all.
And it helped that lane was carrying quite well.
But I think entry angle is the key, and he created the right entry angle to get that carry. And
Solid.
Jason is just having trouble getting his ball to face at the right
It looked
point.
like he kind of grabbed down on a downswing. And by grabbing it, he pushed the ball a little further before it started hooking. And you can see how the ball deflects towards the 7-pin. And when that happens, when the ball deflects, you're losing entry angle, and by losing entry angle, you don't push the pins in the right direction.
I see.
But the ball only hits 4 pins, and you need ricochet to happen to take out the other 6. And if the ball's not entering at the right angle, you won't get that action.
Did you know that,
Interesting.
Carolyn? The
No, I
ball only
didn't.
hits 4 pins?
The ball only hits 4 pins.
Wow.
Most people.
Yes.
Now you have the exception to the rule, which is the guy eating the French fries on the
I
side.
believe his ball takes out the 10.
He doesn't even need to hit the head pin to strike.
Okay.
Okay, up the 10 board again. That one's dead flush. Well, RJ's got a double. Is that the first double of the match? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
He's going to extend his lead. 27 pins. This is big right here. 8th frame. If he can get another one, extend his lead to 37 pins.
Well, it's quite interesting. Just looking at our 5 finalists, I mean, you don't really see, and I've actually predicted that someone with a higher rev rate and more of a cranker style was going to win. And you look at all of our bowlers, and they're all more of a stroking type of style.
That ended up happening last week.
I wasn't here last week.
It was certain phases. When I looked at the top 20 after the first game, the strokers were all on the top. After the second game, it started to open up. The crankers made a big move.
And the strokers came back.
And the strokers came back in match play. But we have, in our semifinal match, the cranker killer.
Oh.
Keith Iani, he knocked out Jason two-hand
Justin
two-hand Stevens and Keith Odette.
Yes. Interesting. That's very interesting.
He knocked out the heavy
It blew
hitter.
my predictions out of the water. See how much I know.
Well, Hall of Famer, 2 Halls of Fames, match play bowler, one of our senior bowlers.
I guess you can't put a premium on experience.
Yes. Well, 7-pin again.
Jason really could have used that one.
Well, V's Pro Shop is located at the Fort Shafter Bowling Center. For the latest bowling balls and accessories, see Ray Elaine and Bruce Akau over at V's Pro Shop. Call them at 847-0950, 847-0950. And I hope wishing Elaine Akau quick recovery from her knee surgery. Slips a little there, and no problem.
No problem.
On the spare.
Foundation coming up, very important for him to at least put some kind of pressure on RG. Jason's still possible at 201.
And we have waiting in the wing.
They're waiting
the ultimate weapon.
Look at that ball. That ball is what, almost 20 years old.
Hey,
it still works.
Blaine's not that old, but Blaine Morrissey coming up in our next match. Yes, folks, I think he's going to throw that. That's a urethane ball.
Yes, it is. And
Jason just could not figure out that lane 5. In fact, he has not struck on lane 5 at all. It's just right in between. He's either light or half pocket. Now he's throwing a pretty shiny ball. I noticed a lot of bowlers this week are throwing balls with surface on it.
Surface, correct. It's because of the type of pattern that we had on. You had that really wet inside look and that kind of drier to the outside look. So you actually wanted to play, if you had something with more surface, you wanted to play more about the 3rd arrow and kind of let the ball float out to the dry. You couldn't try to overpower. I mean, I talked to Keith earlier and he said that the same thing. He said, you couldn't try to overpower lane. You have to just kind of let the ball roll off his hand more to get more of a roll. rather than trying to go out and just force the ball down the lane.
So like smooth hands.
Right.